Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starladder Season 9, your North America playoffs. We're on day 2 of 3. Today, we're getting through the loser bracket round 1. That match already ended. And coming up, then we'll have the second game in our winner bracket finals. The winner of this series, it's Dog versus EG, moves on to the grand finals. The winner of that earns a trip to Kiev. They punch their ticket there. They'll be fighting for over $200,000 in prize money, the biggest Dota 2 prize pool outside of Asia, outside of the International Four. Of course, I'm LD, joined here by Merlini and Zyori. They'll be casting this one. And guys, well, as we get ready for game number 2, the draft's just beginning. Do you think EG will bounce back, take it 2-0? Are you still confident in your bets? I think a lot of us said EG 2-0. We were obviously wrong.
Yeah.
Or will Dog just take it in a 2-0 sweep?
I think EG's pretty rattled after that. That was, if I'm EG, I'm like, wow, we just got rolled. And I don't think that, I think that they actually slightly outdrafted them too. So looking at that, it's like they can only go back to their previous playstyle. When you're pigeonholed like that, your mentality is not the greatest, and Dog probably knows what's coming.
Oh, should we see like an Arteezy Naga, Ember,
Probably.
Shadow Fiend this game?
I think you ban out the Naga and the Ember, and then actually,
Who's actually got first pick this game?
It's EG, and that's what I was just going to say. In the first series we saw of EG versus Liquid, whoever had first pick won the game. Liquid won game 2 because they were the team that had the the one first pick out of the 3 games.
first pick's OP.
Yeah, seriously. So I think now that EG have first pick, that's a really big deal. And, well, they've already got a pretty big hero here. Looks like we're
Spoiler
gonna hop right
alert.
into the draft. Well,
I'm just
there
kidding.
you go. So first pick
Oh
Lycan
boy,
coming out.
I'm out. See you
I'm
guys.
out. See you
Peace.
later.
Good luck with the cast.
So, wow. Dog will have their work cut out for him, but I'm still pretty confident. You can come over this way now, Merlini.
Hello.
He's still just.
Well, we had 3
pretending we're
people on
camera.
the thing, so
No, I meant we're done.
I know.
All right.
What if I like the drift from there?
Whatever you want to do, man. What
What if I don't even want to watch the game? What if I want to watch it off there?
No one's. Well, we might think you're a little weird. You'll be at the behest of my camera work, so I don't know if you want to
Oh
suffer
Lord.
through that.
Okay, you
but-
convinced me.
So, all right, it was a Lycan first pick here for Evil Geniuses.
What's with this Treant Protector? Have they been running Treant Protector this often that it required the first ban last game? I clearly have not been keeping up to date with my team Wolf Wolf.
No, you have not, and they have been running the Treant more and more.
Is
and,
it like first pick, first ban material?
Well, it
I'm
depends
gonna
who you
dead Dota
ask.
this.
I want to say negative. I don't think it's really first pick, first ban material. I mean, Treant works really well in certain lineups, especially against lineups that can't flash push towers. Whenever you just do a little chip damage here and there, Treant Protector will heal it back up. Lycan, he is sort of the bane to your Treant Protector. He can flash push towers better than most heroes. So that makes me a little nervous for the tree. One thing the tree does very well, though, is stop Lycan in his tracks. Overgrowth is a good tool to deal with the shapeshift. Certainly, even after a BKB comes out onto the field, if Treant is positioned at least semi-well. So that's part of it. And also living armor, it helps deal with the Lycan as well. If he catches somebody off guard, initiates when they're solo, that living armor can be the difference between death or survival.
This thing's
So-
very confusing. I'm trying to figure out what Treant says. I don't see anything.
Don't work too hard here, man. Try searching for protector.
It's not working.
What happened to the tree?
I don't know. Am I doing something wrong here? Hero stats, doggy team, team dog active.
Maybe they don't play Treant so much.
Just wait. Okay.
A little bird told me that there could be something coming our way that may be of interest in regards to the Treant Protector. So I don't know. This is the first time Tree has been picked by Team Dog. So there you go.
Yo,
You
so
weren't doing anything wrong.
I don't know. What's the big deal with Treant Protector and Team Dog? Maybe they've scrimmed.
Well, I just explained why he might be good against Lycan. Do you second the notion, or were you too
You said
busy?
I thought you said that he was bad versus Lycan.
No. Well, Lycan can flash push towers. He's bad in the sense that Tree wants to keep your towers alive, but he's good against Lycan because of Overgrowth. Even if Lycan gets the BKB, Overgrowth
There are
is still
plenty
a
of heroes
tool.
that are good at disabling
Start-
Lycan. Like Bane's much better. Why not?
Living armor, man. Lycan comes in and trying to bite your supports, and you just living armor.
He has so
and-
many instances of damage though. He has wolves. He has necros. He has his big bad wolf.
You asked a question and I had an answer, man. Do you have any? So you think Lycan just shits all over Tree? Does he just dog poo right down his mouth? Is
Not
the-
that badly, but pretty badly.
Yeah. So you
Unless they use something cool, like a Superman type hero.
you're gonna have to break that down
What?
into layman's
It's
terms.
kind of like
Something cool like a Superman hero. This isn't Infinite's Crisis.
what
Ben,
they
okay?
used to do. Well, Treant Protector used to be popular because they would pair it with a Weaver. What's
But-
huh? Okay.
Oh,
Hooray.
yeah.
Something's going on.
Don't worry about
anyways,
it. You'll
so
be surprised when you see it.
Treant Protector first got popular because he turned heroes into Superman, kind of like EO turns Titan into Superman. Treant Protector did too. So like Weaver can just dive T2s at like level 6 and just be like whatever.
So you're suggesting another Weaver pick?
No, not Weaver. Weaver is just not very good versus Lycan because Weaver's like very elusive. Lycan just like mans up in your face and he can't get kited.
I'm trying to boil this down into something I can digest. What do Team Dog need to pick?
Superman
is not specific enough for me.
It's not supposed to be specific. It's supposed to be vague. It's a hero that fits into the Superman role.
You've said a lot of words and very few actual things.
I'm trying to think what would do well versus Lycan in general, though. I don't know. I don't like Treant versus Lycan that much in general. So
right. You don't think Overgrowth is a useful tool? I mean,
I think there are so many other heroes that provide useful tools versus Lycan.
Name 2.
Bane is one.
Okay.
Okay,
Banned
and
out.
then
Boom.
Bane has been banned out. Okay.
I mean, I guess they could have first picked him instead of the tree.
Naga's pretty good too. You can net him.
Banned out. Boom.
Oh, it has been? Okay, well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Ichi had first picks. If you don't ban the Naga, they'll probably pick the Naga. So
yeah,
you gotta pick your poison here.
They could have first picked Bane instead.
They could have first picked Bane. Now, I'll give you that one. They could have taken a Bane Mirana.
They could have even taken Rubik. Rubik's pretty good. Rubik's okay. He's like decent at stopping pushes. You can like wolf form yourself.
Wait a second. You don't like Tree against Lycan, but you think Rubik's good against Lycan?
I don't think he's amazing. He's okay.
He's worse than
Treant Protector's really good against chip damage on towers, and
yeah,
he's not a chip.
That's
damager.
one thing Treant does really well. I think Living Armor is okay against Lycan. You're right. The wolves do cut through it, but still.
What about a hero like Darkseer? Darkseer is also pretty good. You can shut him down in laning phase very easily. You can counter kite him with Surge. You can make images of him. That's all pretty good.
That's true. Yeah, Darkseer is not so bad against Lycan.
You can kind of dump him in a vacuum.
Unfortunately, Team Dog don't have Universe on their team though, so that puts
a
clamp on the Darkseer strategy.
And you kind of want to force Lycan to get a BKB too. Like if he can just get Vlad and Necro 3 and just roll over to you and still do a ton of damage, then Lycan's like an absolute beast. If he's forced to get BKB, it slows down his damage potential a lot, and it puts his farm into something that's not terribly useful in terms of damage. So
now we can.
Darkseer is actually on EG side. I'm not really looking at this.
Jesus, dude. Oh man. So you can also take a look at the hexagons, Mr. Wu, if you're looking for some data there, looking at what's going on.
Why is there?
Take a look at how these teams are broken down. It's not gospel, but it should paint a nice little visual picture of the advantages of each teams. Yeah.
Gank? I wouldn't put their gank at like a whatever it is, a 9.5, because Treant's like butt at gank.
Well, I just want to mention here, Mr. Merlini.
Hello.
You did get to put your rankings in for some of these heroes. So.
I did.
Yeah. I just do want to clarify, though, these are not team ratings, like the players. This is rating their draft. Not rating, but just sort of explaining the draft.
It's identifying.
Showing it's the kind of the tendencies of the draft, whether it's more carry-focused.
To explain the gank, you've got Shadow Demon. He usually synergizes well with ganky lineups. You've got the Arrow to follow up. That's very gank-oriented. Clockwork. So 3 out of the 4 are gank-oriented heroes. I think a 9 is rather appropriate.
Three out of 4. Translate that. Extrapolate that to 10. It's 7.5 out of 10.
Well, but
it's a 7.
Yeah, it's not a.
It looks like a 9.
If it's like a 10, it'll poke off the graph.
We can work on that outer boundary because it does blend in. But there's one more like.
There's one more.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
I don't see one more.
It's hard to see from where we're
It looks like a 9
well.
over here.
Yeah, our preview monitor's old and crappy. It's hard for you and I to see.
If it's a 7, okay, I can get on board with a 7.
But still, I mean, I think they have a pretty gank-oriented lineup.
It's not a 9.
It's also 4 out of 5 though. You have to keep in mind
a
that
9 is just ridiculous.
A 9 is just ridiculous.
Get
out of here!
Outrageous. This isn't a 9 gank team, but yeah, it's the more picks, the more like spread out the hexagon, the more homogeneous they'll look. When there's only 2 picks, they look more
homogeneous.
Homogeneous.
I'm trying to stand up for our hexagons. You're right. My bad.
I thought we had transitioned to a fully English-speaking studio when Lumi left. But
well, that one's on. I'm trying to stand up for our hexagons, and I'm getting flustered here. And
love you, Lumi.
Yeah. So
right.
Look, see, there's more homogeneous.
I just wanted to hop in to make a message.
There we go.
Thank you for that, LD.
Okay, this is good.
See, okay, now he likes it. That's what I'm talking about.
Now I can get on board with this.
Okay.
It looked like a 9 on gank. Like Treant will never be a 9 on a gank, or like a team with a Treant cannot be a 9 on gank.
Yeah, but okay, I see where you're going. Yeah, I got you.
But the
9 is
their counter push is very weak. I can get on board with that. Their push is like mediocre.
The point
because they have a lone druid.
The goal is just to give you a kind of a visual overview of how this team compares to the other team. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And how do they compare? That's all that it's for. And well, thank you for poo-pooing and then coming on to the right side of the lack of poop.
Well, it got better.
It got better.
I couldn't
is
see
what
anything
it
on the
is, yeah.
preview monitor.
It's
so.
true, and also with the light behind it, it kind of makes it harder to.
So
harder
it
to
will be
see,
an Abaddon and a Storm Spirit that will round out EG's draft. And on Team Dog, they will last pick a Lone Druid. Lone Druid is good. I like Lone Druid. He's cool. He's big and fat.
You like that guy?
Yeah, I think he's underpicked.
I would definitely agree with that. I mean,
What is this
very
Darkseer
good.
set? He looks like a crazy mofo. Did you see this set?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at his.
What in the world?
Look at this hat.
He looks like an. I don't even know. Ancient Kung Fu master, maybe.
That is.
He
Yeah,
is
look.
crazy.
Did you see this new thing that they added? It shows like when you go into roleplay mode, it shows you their name and who they're playing.
I don't know how to go into roleplay mode on this
You have
computer.
to click on that guy right there.
This guy?
Yep, there you go. Now you're role playing. There you go.
Nice.
So this is game 2, guys. This is the winners bracket of the Starladder Season 9 America playoffs. One team will make it to Kiev. So no elimination on the line for these teams today. Even if Team Dog do take out EG with a 2-0 upset and take a victory in this game, EG will still be in it to win it and can fight their way through the losers bracket. But, of course, if EG can take a victory here, we'll be moving into an ace match game 3 where it will all be on the line to stay in the winner's bracket. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Team EG here. They're on the Radiant side. We've got Universe on the Darkseer with this awesome Darkseer set. PPD on the Abaddon. We'll have Zai playing on the support Rubik. It will be Stand-In Mason here in the place of Fear on the Storm Spirit. And in the mid-roll, it will be Arteezy on the Lycanthrope.
I'm looking at cosmetics.
You can introduce Team Dog while you're
Okay.
shopping for cosmetics.
We have Lone Druid played by Pycat. He has the cool Panda Bear. We have MSS on the Clockwork solo mid. Misery, Smoke Lake, and Fog Dodo will make up the tri-lane. It's a pretty darn weak tri-lane, but at the same time, so is EG's. I guess they don't really have a tri-lane, though. It'll just be good old PPD and Universe.
Interesting.
How does Storm Spirit fit in the draft? He's okay, but only if he gets a good amount of farm. Looks like he will be solo versus Pycat. I think Lone Druid has an edge on that, especially in the safe lane, and especially with Tree on his team, too. So, after that, though, they don't have any disables, really, for
Now
Storm
who
Spirit.
likes Tree all of a sudden?
Tree does not have any disables, though, versus Storm, which kind of sucks.
Just poking some fun here.
Trees, eh.
I
All Black makes them work.
I like Tree. Yeah, Go Black makes him look easy. So Universe will start off down bottom here in the safe lane, and he'll have Abaddon with him to try and tango with this tri-lane. Will be a 2v3, 2-1-2 coming out for EG to get things kicked off. Universe will get sandwiched here, and he does have Ion Shell, so obviously no surge.
It whiffs.
Arrow off the mark, but they'll still get the first blood perhaps onto Universe. No, the shield just enough.
That whiffed arrow.
Yeah, that would have been a first blood most likely. Up top, though, we'll catch the tail end of it as Lone Druid gets initiated on, and they'll finish him off. Rubik, he grabs the first blood.
And now we will see Treant Protector immediately rotate top 2. So things not going as well for for Dog as they were last game. Looking at the mid lane, looks like Arteezy will be taking the helm on the Lycanthrope. How is the CS 1-1 versus 6-2 from Clock? But that's without his wave dying. So
Yeah, it's a little bit one-sided there. But up top, we'll see more initiation. Zai maybe in a little bit of trouble. Telekinesis coming out onto Fogged, but they won't have much follow-up damage here. Mason off to a decent start. There's some Sentry Wards just chilling there by the side shop, but no, they'll go ahead and pick him up. So interesting to see the Clockwork and the solo mid-roll from Team Dog. These lanes are certainly a bit interesting. I mean, what do you think about Clockwork versus Lycan in the solo mid-roll? Not something we see frequently.
it's not the best, but Clockwork matches up pretty poorly versus Darkseer, I'd say. So they kind of wanted him in a role to succeed. Zai taking a little bit of harass from Fogged over here.
Yep. I think he'll be able to make it back to the tower just fine, or will he? Little bit of damage. Of course, only level 3, but continuing to chip away. The tree makes it back to the trees, as it were. But no kill comes out. Still just 1-0. And oh, wow. In the mid lane, a rotation onto the Lycan. I
kind of saw the tail end.
Yeah, I basically just saw him die. Oh, the cute bunny courier as well.
Is this an Arteezy hero?
Yeah.
I've seen him played a fair amount. Or Lycan? He's an Arteezy hero?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, oh yeah.
Is he?
I
don't know.
Well, he's more of an Arteezy hero than the Quaswex Invoker,
Okay.
I think. But still not the same as the Arteezy Naga, Arteezy Ember. Do you think he'll get a Midas on Lycan? That's something we
I don't
pretty
think
much
so.
never see.
You
But
will rarely see it.
I think it's Arteezy. So
It slows you down too much for Roshan. That's the big problem with it.
yeah, that's a really good point. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow, if Zai were looking over here, he could have killed Fogged, but Fogg's is like extremely, extremely low. Like one Fable plus one right click would kill him.
He's living life on the edge here.
Nope, they will try and go for MSS in that mid lane. I will get spotted out right now.
And MSS makes it back to the tower. Port comes in straight away. Great support from Misery.
That was not necessary. They have tree armor.
Yep. Well, does Fogged have mana?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got mana for 1. Okay. Tree armor's only level 1 right now, though, so it really doesn't absorb that much.
I don't even think they can kill me even without tree armor, though.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he thought there were more people, but Abaddon's not going to rotate this early.
Yeah, I mean, it only blocks 80 damage at level 1. It's really not that potent.
The regen, hello.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you get that 4 regen for, I don't know what, maybe 10 seconds before it gets knocked off if you're lucky. I guess that helps.
It's ownage.
Living Armor is not really that potent until it hits level 4. It's pretty lackluster until then. That's when the damage block is
Misery stealing some of the stack XP, too. That's pretty big.
Ooh, look at that.
Shadow Demon's fallen off a lot, but he got buffed. His Shadow Poison's ownage.
Here we go. Again, the arrow off the mark. Misery and Smuggling, they are just not on the same page. Maybe it's more Smug that just doesn't know how to line that up. The timing is a little bit difficult, not the easiest combo, but now Misery's in some trouble. He'll go ahead and grab himself this Illusion Rune, but Universe just chases him down with the Ion Shell. Living Armor comes out, but won't be enough. Arrow off the mark.
Oh, that is not close.
Yeah, Fogged will go ahead and use the Leech Seed. Universe in some trouble, but now Mason joining the party. One more auto attack onto Universe. Almost enough, but the Miscoil's there. Mirana gets killed as well. A disaster for Team Dog down here in the bottom. You know, if they could land this arrow disruption combo,
it wouldn't matter because Abaddon was there, but...
Well, I mean, earlier on, that could have been their first blood, and even there, that would have helped things a little bit. Yeah, we'll see RTZ get put inside the disruption. MSS traps him inside the cogs. Rotation from Zai. MSS taking pretty heavy damage. He'll get telekinesed, pulled back. RTZ taking pretty hefty damage here as well. Misery has another Shadow Poison. Will connect with RTZ. Won't be enough to secure the kill, but maybe if a rocket comes out, it could perhaps, maybe? No, not quite.
He's not even using his bottle shards. He ain't even scared. Yeah. I guess it is a level 1 Shadow Poison.
Yeah, so now it won't be enough. He'll use a salve. He'll come back to lane. Lycan TZ. This is the 5th time RTZ has played Lycan. Surprisingly, he's only gone Midas once. And actually, I don't know how surprising that is. Like you were talking about, Midas on Lycan, it just doesn't synergize.
It's surprising for RTZ, though.
It is surprising for RTZ. I actually would like to see that one game when he did get it. I wonder if it worked out well for him.
Stats, people. Cue it up. Anyways, Pycat on top lane. He has finally hit level 6. Not sure what build he's going for. Could be straight Radiance Rush, could be Phase Boost, could be
He's got no
Midas
items yet, so yeah, it's just farm. I
think this is a... I don't even know.
Is this a Radiance game?
Radiance game?
It's
always a Radiance game.
I feel like it's a Radiance game if you can get away with it, and that's the real test. Like,
you can get away with it.
Sit back and just farm up the Relic, then sure. Oh, look at these Entangles coming out on Universe. A little bit of that RNG going the way of Pycat there.
It's just I mean, who's going to put pressure on him? Maybe a Storm, but Storm has a difficult time killing Spirit or the Lone Druid in melee form.
He won the Midas game. There you go.
Who was the versus? If it's versus like Dignitas, then it doesn't count.
Cloud9. All right, that's legit.
Okay. That's legit.
It counts by Merlini standards. That's what's important, right?
There are some stats that should count and shouldn't count.
That is definitely a fair point. It's always that fine line, that big gray
Universe
area.
might get a kill on the bear up here. Ruh-roh, Pycat Dota. Your bear is dead. You just bet 300 gold.
That's a lot of gold.
Well, that's not good for Lone Druid.
No.
Why?
It certainly is not good for Lone Druid.
I'm trying to determine if Pycat is a good bear player or not, or if they're just outplaying him. Well, they're clearly outplaying him, but...
You always like to go back to that ninja nerf on the bear where the return
Dude, that thing is awful.
A little bit more difficult to use than it used to be.
But that was not the case for the level 1 First Blood. Like, a Storm and a Rubik, they probably shouldn't be able to kill a Lone Druid level 1. But
if he's
I didn't actually see
properly.
it. Yeah. So, well, he didn't have Overload either. He had Vortex and Remnant.
Yeah. So, Lycan, he's level 7. Does have 4 points in the Summoned Wolves. Nothing too surprising about this build. Pretty standard. Only just a Basilius, Boots, and a Bottle out right now. Nothing too crazy. We'll, of course, be working towards the Vlads, but still a little ways off the mark. Pycat now, Hand-of-Midas recipe on the Druid. So he's just looking to farm, give Arteezy a taste of his own medicine, and grab that early Hand-of-Midas, which he'll pick up here just about at the 7.5-minute mark. Not too shabby, especially considering he did take a spill already once out of the gate in this game.
And lose his bear.
And he lost his bear, so... Well, although that doesn't really slow him down that much. He resummoned it straight away, but...
He has to play differently.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess you're not farming with the bear when it's dead, but... You know, it's not like he died and lost gold. It's just the bear. He died and... I mean, what? That stopped him from maybe 2
You can't
creeps
play.
or
You can't play
something?
very aggressively as Spear Bear. You have to like play super defensively because if you lose your bear twice, you're so far behind this early game. So, it changes your mentality. You
All right.
can't farm as riskily.
All right, I see where you're coming from.
I
Mr.
play
Wood.
Lone Druid a lot. It sucks losing your bear this early. Well, he is not in bear form, but I guess he doesn't really want to be because of Universe. But Universe, I mean, his bear's at half HP. Misery is there. He is not yet level 6. Level 6 is going to be pretty important so he can purge off that haste if they want to go for a kill on the ever so annoying Universe Darks here. And looks like both teams will be content to farm. I think this definitely favors EG, though, because they have Lycanthrope and Storm Spirit, and Team Dog doesn't really have good solutions to either of them. So,
yeah, although at least this time there will be a secondary carry. So they've got that Mirana. Her farm isn't too bad, but isn't too great. She's right middle of the pack. She's above the supports, below everyone else. Working on those phase boots. Ring of Basilius. Yeah, maybe she'll come online a little bit later. Perhaps a Recovery Midas may be in order for this Priestess of the Moon. Other item progression, MSS now with his phase boots up. And oh, here's a smoke coming out from Dog. They'll meet up around the Dire Secret shop. Fogged, unfortunately, he'll be a little bit late to the party.
they need XP on their supports badly. Them missing all those kills in the early game like really hurt the Shadow Demon and the Treant Protector. Treant Protector almost level 4, Shadow Demon only level 4. And how is EG doing? Abaddon almost level 5, and Rubik is 5.5. So they need some levels. They need to get this kill. These kills, probably.
Yep, they sure do. Maybe they can land a Disruption Arrow combo. Smoke will get revealed from Universe on the high ground. Trickery is afoot. Lone Druid's nearby. Ports coming in from EG. And now Dog could be in some trouble. Misery on the back foot. He gets vacuumed to the high ground. Oh, Misery's in big trouble. Disruption comes. Arrow flies. It'll smack Mason in the face.
That's an ill-conceived smoke. Like someone can just jump them if he TPs over here. So I'm not sure why they were trying to wrap around. Maybe if they go over here, they won't be in a position. They can actually retreat if they engage, but now it looks like they will try and take this T1 out. RTZ will be in middle, split pushing this T1 too, so one of these towers will probably go down, or at least take significant damage. Glyph is up, though.
Yep. Pycat, he'll go Druid form, and RTZ actually rotating up towards the top lane. He does have the Vlad's offering. MSS will back out, does have a hook shot online, and Smugglig, well, he's got himself the Moonlight Shadow, so there could be a cheeky initiation here from Team Dog. Is there detection on the side of EG, and that is something they're lacking right now. So they could use this Moonlight Shadow for a little bit of a surprise gank, and perhaps catch EG off guard here.
The 5-man begins.
Yes, indeed, EG. They truly do have all 5 up in the top lane. And Dog, who's down bottom, that will be Fogged. He's trying to get some solo experience, actually just about to hit level 6, and he can have a presence in this fight with that living armor. Glyph comes out, Moonlight Shadow popped as well, looking for the opening. But there is a Radiant Ward right here, and I think they saw it.
MSS is trying to look for a hookshot, but those wolves are blocking the way.
And this tower, I think it's slated to fall. I just don't think Dog can really contest here.
They can try and delay time so they can push out the sides, though. Misery is almost level 6 in mid, and both towers coming under a little bit of pressure. They will go around half HP, and they do not have a tree to heal it up. So, all in all, not the worst thing in the world. They do spend a lot of time on the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, the split pushing from Dog is just non-existent. Now Fogged is in a little bit of trouble. He'll put the living armor on, but he's just getting obliterated by Mason right now. Has no points in the Nature's Guides. No way he's getting away here. There's a hook shot coming in. Fogged will get stuck inside the cogs. Mason, though, he's all in right here. He's got no mana left. He will fall. That makes it at least a 1-for-1. The sword for the Treant Protector. Not a bad trade for Team Dog, but can MSS survive? Does Zai have enough mana for a telekinesis? He does, but he doesn't have the cooldown. And MSS will make it back to the tower. Meanwhile, in the mid, Arteezy looking to set something up. Will do some damage to Misery. Howl comes out, but won't have enough to follow up.
And top lane Universe gets rooted out by Pycat. Uh-oh, he's in some trouble. Surge will come out, but his poor bear does not have brown boots. No luxury item for him.
Bear actually does have brown boots.
Oh, he does? Oh.
Yeah, nothing beyond that.
He's so slow. He doesn't have Rabbit. Some Lone Druids pick up Rabbit at 9. Some pick it up at 10. Looks like Pycat's a 10 picker-upper.
Looks like he's a 10 kind of guy. Yeah, that Rabbit is certainly comes in handy. Haste Rune down bottom. Will get picked up by Misery.
PBD's not yet level 6. He could be in some danger here.
Yeah, maybe more than some. Zai on the high ground. There's the disruption. And PPD pops out. Arrow again off the mark. They just can't line this up. That one was a long-range arrow, so you can forgive him for that. But still, if you pick that combo, the Mirana Shadow Demon, you got to make it happen. You got to connect with those arrows.
Pycat doesn't actually have a TP. He could potentially get chased down by Universe here with a double Ion Shell, but looks like it would just be a single.
So Hand of Midas, all the Lone Druid has right now. He's still trying to come online. Very curious to see what item he goes for. If it is that Radiance Rush after Hand of Midas, or if he does something a little bit different. MSS off the mark with the hook shot.
That
well played by
Observer
Universe.
Ward.
Value
Saving
ward
lives.
right here. It saved them from the Moonlight Shadow, and now saved them from the hook shot.
Well, T1 will get pressured in the mid lane. And looks like Universe will get actually...
He's rooted up, but
yeah, he has a mech.
Pycat just can't do much damage right now. That's the problem.
Yep, he cannot.
So Tier 1 tower in the mid actually doesn't get pressured too hard. Arteezy just retreating into the jungle now. He is level 9 on this Lycan, another 1,100 gold sitting in that bank account. Roche is still up, has been completely uncontested so far this game. No vision from either side around the Roche pit. So Arteezy could try and be sneaky and move on in there with a smoke, but Dog
It's so risky.
Yeah, Dog have that hero that I really like against Lycan, who of course is Clockwork. He can keep using that rocket to scout it out, and he just did so. So I like this from the Clockwork, constantly checking MSS. Does not want this Lycan to get a free Aegis.
Darkseer and Rubik heading around top looking for a kill. Rubik does have Leech Seed as his spell stolen of choice. Trying to maybe get an easy pick off on Pycat. He does not have his bear up for another 10 seconds. His bear is kind of low, but they'll just dump another ward and then get the heck out of there.
They'll get carried away by Moonlight Shadow here in the dire jungle. Can they find an initiation? Universe will move into the hard camp. Maybe they can connect with an arrow and set this up. Look at this positioning, though. He's not going to make it easy. He'll use the surge, but gets stuck inside the cogs. He's already got a mech. There's the wall of replica coming out. Arrow will connect onto Universe, but where's the damage? It's just non-existent. Entangle comes out, but it won't be enough. Now Team Dog, they'll be on the defensive. Zai, what's he stolen? That would be a battery assault, doing as much damage as he can. Misery trying to pour it out, but it'll get interrupted by Zai's battery assault. That's a dead Shadow Demon. And maybe Arteezy? Could he be overcommitting here? Nope.
Man, Universe Darkseer, so difficult to kill. Very nice vacuum. It actually uses a cog to protect him and then a wall so they don't actually want to go for him. So, all in all, very, very good move by Ichi. They buy a lot of time for their team. Looking at the gold graph, about 6,000 gold in favor of Evil Geniuses. How is Storm Spirit doing on his Orchid progression? Actually, not as much as I would expect.
Yeah, wow, he'll get his first Oblivion Staff, but his farm has definitely been lackluster. He'll get him a little boost as they do pressure the Tier 1 tower in the mid. No glyph available for Team Dog. The tower will fall, now fogged in big trouble. That's a telekinesis. He'll burn the overgrowth now. And it gets stolen by Zai. Now Dog could be in a bit of trouble. They'll commit for Fog. In comes Misery with a defensive disruption. That'll buy him some time. They still lose the Treant, though. They just don't have the damage. This Druid has just so little to his name.
What is this Treant first pick for? I still don't understand. It just hasn't done anything.
I don't know. And this is just one of these lineups where, I mean, the lone Druid is farming well. He's got a pretty decent net worth, but EG are already doing almost crippling damage before this Druid even really comes online. So it's not all over for Dog. They've got that late game security investment, but or security blanket, I guess I should say. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Now that they've lost all their Tier 1 towers, it will be 3-0 in total tower count, and EG are just continuing to pick up momentum here. Roshan will be an option before too long.
It's an option now.
Yeah.
They don't really have anything really good to fight. I guess Clockwork's like okay, Shadow Demon is like okay, but meh. Pycat's still working on that Radiance. He needs 1,000 gold for his Relic. DD with, wow, Roche is dropping fast.
That's the power of the Medallion. Double damage on Lycan, like you just mentioned. He hits hard. He hits, well, kind of slow,
dead.
but
There's no way they can contest this. Unless MSS goes right now.
yeah, there's a rocket flare. Maybe he can hookshot in. Will this be an Aegis snatch? The cheeky play. He hookshots in, but it's a little bit too early. They'll just focus him. Arrow flies as well. He gets Vortex. Roshan falls to the Radiant. Storm's the one to pick up the Aegis. It won't be snatched on either side of the coin. Clockwork just gets picked off, and it ends up being a feed.
Wow.
A disaster.
Universe
for Dog.
actually forced him out of the pit, so there's no chance of a steal.
Yeah.
Nice try, though.
Yeah. Did it just a little bit too early. Very hard to time, though. Now Smugglig could be in some trouble. He'll get Medallion, and vacuum off the mark as he leaps away just in the nick of time.
So now Dog, they're pretty much all in on this Radiance, and it's not even going to do that much, I don't think.
No,
No.
not really. Not enough to stop these pushes. I mean, this Lycan, he's huge. He's got just about 4,000 in savings. They're doing all this without a Necro book. At this rate, he'll be able to just right-click a Necro level 3, and that's really scary. Like, look how easily they're killing these towers without those Necro units. It's, I don't know. I don't know, Merlini. I think Dog are in more than big trouble.
Yeah.
Extravagant trouble.
Morbidly obese amounts of trouble.
Obese amounts of trouble. So Radiant structures will get fortified as Lone Druid is pressuring the Tier 1 mid. I don't think he'll be able to finish it off. They've got a siege creep here, but Mason hops in. He'll use his little ball lightning there. He's got himself the Aegis of the Immortal and just about enough gold for that Orchid. So Storm Spirit has really taken a while to come online, but now that he is, Dog will be in a little bit more trouble.
I thought that Team Dog was like, oh man, well, I hope they have something in mind for this Treant Protector pick. They use it first pick. They have to have a good strategy, right? I was completely wrong.
You know, I was on the same side of the fence. I was trying to have a little wishful thinking there, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but Fogs has just been so low impact. He's 0-2-1. He's just been walking around.
He hasn't really saved any lives. He hasn't saved any towers. He hasn't killed anyone with overgrowth. It's just like, why? Why Tree?
I still think Tree can be okay against Lycan if you have, as you put it, a Superman, someone to follow up, either a Weaver to dive towers or some crowd controls to follow up behind that. Because stopping Lycan in his tracks is a pretty big deal, but Dog just have no synergy built around it. They have this kind of oddball draft where, I mean, drafting the Mirana Shadow Demon together, I said it once and I'll say it again. If you can't do the combo with the Disruption and Arrow, just don't pick it. They have Abaddon, though. That's a safeguard. EG's draft was pretty well thought out. Mason might find a solo kill here. No, MSS hookshot's in. There's the living armor, and he will survive. So there you go. Give Fog some credit. Smug survives.
Hooray. He has a regen, though, and in Aegis. He might go back in. It looks like Smuggling may die yet again. Yeah, beautiful vacuum from Universe. Orchid comes out. He will leap to safety, though. And they just won't have the damage to finish him off. Nice leap. They tried to Orchid him before he could hop away like that, but just a moment too soon. Arrow flies, will be off the mark. Lone Druid able to finish off that bottom tier 1 tower. A very bad trade for Dog, though. They're hoping just to turtle up, and maybe they can make a hold at the high ground and use that Radiance. The Relic is out on the Druid's Bear, and this Radiance is coming out a little bit too slow. The Radiance before too long. It's too late. Yeah. I mean, they can just kill it at this point. Just like Rubik Lift, Storm, Pull, and they don't really need their other spells because they can always just rely on Vacuum and Wall for team fights. Poor Bear. They have so much invested in this Lone Druid Bear. Well, Radiance will come out in just 19 gold, so after these Rock Golems get taken down, but 3 T1s towers taken down, 2 T2s. What is Dog gonna do now? They are 14,000 gold behind. They can't really fight with just a Radiance. I mean, it's good, but it's not going to win them the game alone. Yep. Were Mud Golems called Rock Golems in Warcraft 3? I don't know. Dota probably. 1? Or are you just making that up? I think just so. Just like prefer rock over mud. I think they were called Rock Golems. I can't remember. I get it confused with the Granite Golems. Granite Golems were like the big purple ones in that ladder. Yeah, they're the big ones, but just name-wise, that's what I think of when I hear rock. But anyway, Radiance is finally after the Lone Druid. This is what Team Dog have been working for. It seems their whole strategy has just been built around Lone Druid getting up that Radiance, and now can PyCat make it happen, make it rain, as they say? Well, time will tell. I don't think so. I don't have very much faith in Dog this game. They played exceptionally well last game. This game, their tri-lane was just a disaster. They haven't gotten any kills with Potom. She is sitting at 0-1-0. MSS did decently in mid, especially with a rotation from Shadow Demon, but aside from that, nothing has really gone their way. They had the Radiance finally, 21 minutes in, but PyCat has lost his bear a couple of times. He gave up First Blood and a level 3 Necro on Arteezy as well. He's huge. Yep. He's 0-1-2, but his net worth is off the charts. He's just been farming like crazy. Up top, Universe, he'll get initiated upon. Universe is super annoying, though. Like, they keep trying to kill him, and they get punished. I see why people ban out that Universe Darkseer over things like Naga Siren and Lycan sometimes, because he is definitely an expert at that hero. Mason, he's in deep doo-doo. He will fall, but he's got the Aegis, so it was about to expire anyways. Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. Roche will be up for just about 3 minutes. He'll be able to ball Lightning away. Arrow off the mark once again. Same story, different chapter. Now Smuggling, he's in trouble. Disruption will buy him some time, but Rubik just finishes him off with a Fade Bolt. Now there's an overgrowth coming from the Treant. Tier 2 tower in the mid still standing, but PyCat, they'll just turn and drop him like he's hot. See you later, Lone Druid. Evil Genius is on a rampage, and Dogger. This should just be GG. I think, I was just going to say, I hate to say it, only 22 minutes in. 10-2, but what can Dog do here? Look at the net worth chart. Lone Druid is the only one that has semi-decent farm, and he's still number 4 on the chart. Everyone else on this team is just piss poor. Yep, that's about it. That about summarizes this game. And here we go, Misery. He gets caught in the telekinesis. He'll get destroyed. MSS, he'll fall as well. Fogged, he does a little bit of damage to the Leech Seed. There you have it. GG, well played from Misery. We're going to a Game 3. So is first pick that important? I don't know if it's coin flip for Game 3, but if it is, then we might just
Both games, we saw first pick Lycan. Both games, the first pick Lycan won. Could be just chance, happenstance. That
Need more
Lycan's a
sample
good hero.
size.
Need more sample size, but I think there's still something to be said that first pick it's pretty darn potent.
They
right
messed
now.
up their tri-lane pretty badly. Though. They should have gotten first blood, and then they should have gotten more kills and not died. They died against their dual lane, which is you can't let that happen.
Anytime it's a tri-lane versus dual lane, you have to get some kills. Because if it's just a break-even,
or you have to completely zone them out, or get absolute free farm and farm their jungle.
Right. But if you have this kind of even lane matchup, it just ends up being a huge victory for the two. If the two can kill the three, first of all, that should never really happen. Second of all, you're in huge trouble. I mean, look at this. I mean, EG, there were only 2 kills that came out for Dog. They had 3 heroes that didn't even concede a single death that game.
Please don't first pick Treant Protector again. That was just not worth it. It is not a Lycan counter. I thought I had hopes for it. I thought Fog was going to impress me with it, and I thought that Pycat was going to impress me with his draft. It did not happen.
I still think Tree can be okay against Lycan. Not a hard counter. Not, oh, we're going to pick Lycan, we better ban out Tree kind of a thing, but still an okay hero to deal with some of the things that Lycan brings to the table. Didn't work in this draft, though. I would definitely not say Tree is first pick material. Brian, what's your take on Tree? Give us some numbers here. Give us some stats.
I actually don't.
What the hell is going on?
His record's okay this patch. He's just not getting picked a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I feel like he's good in very like niche setups, and usually that's against like global gank, like against like a Nature Prophet, against an AA even. It's okay because no matter where you're at, you can help defend against the global gank. But I mean, there really wasn't any. That wasn't a high like action game. There weren't a whole lot of kills. They ended up with what, like 16, 17 kills that game?
12-2, yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14 kills, less than I thought even. So
wow.
It's just not a game that you really want to Treant.
Yeah. So coming into game 3, guys, this is the ace match, winner's bracket. So again, no elimination on the line, but you think EG are going to take it, Merlini, or do you think first pick is going to be the bigger factor here?
I think the draft is the bigger factor, not even first pick. I think it's just the draft alone. Because Dog kind of dominated with a slightly underhanded draft. In this game, their draft was poopy, and they just got run over. So if they get an even draft, I think that Team Dog can still take it. If they give them Arteezy Ember, EG will probably win. If they get outdrafted, I'm pretty sure EG will win.
Do you think that's... We were talking about with the No-Tail about how, like, towards the end of patch lifespans, yeah, that keyboard, yeah, you're going to have to, like... It's not going to come back. Sorry.
I need a pen.
That towards the end of a patch life cycle, like, you start to figure out who are the really strong heroes, right? So right now we know Lycan's ridiculously strong. We know Ross is ridiculously strong, especially on Dire. People really like to draft Ancient Apparition. Do you think now that we're like towards the end of the patch cycle, first pick becomes more important because you know who like the one hero you have to get for yourself is?
Not necessarily, because I think you can leave like Lycan and Ember in the pool.
Okay.
If you're like, let's say EG was second pick, and then you can take one of the two. So I don't think it's. I still think first pick is stronger, but I don't think it's the end all be all. Like, oh my gosh, we have to get first pick or we're gonna lose.
Okay.
All right. Well, our next lobby is up. I think they want to get game 3 rolling. Make sure our stats man gets into the lobby. That was what me pointing at the monitor with the pen was the what was the signal? Yeah. Hashtag production value. Yeah, I know. The host job is fun, but sometimes it's a little hard to pay attention during the games when you're just sitting there not talking. Like you're taking notes and then you just kind of, okay, I see what's going on. Okay, here's the turning point. You just want to talk. It's hard for me to sit there and watch and be mic'd up and not say anything. Maybe that's why LD isn't standing
Learn
here
to
watching.
analyze.
Learn to analyze. Yeah, I'm complaining to the wrong guy, Mr.
I just sit there and watch.
Mr. TI3 expert analysis panel man.
We had Alienware Cup too.
Yeah.
At the BTS house. We had an analyst team, 2 people that just watched the game and
You like it?
talked about it after. It was all right. It's not bad.
Yeah. Fits the Merlini style.
I mean, casting's fun too.
Yeah.
Anyways, predictions. Clear. Winner. Who's it going to be?
I really think it's going to be EG. I think game 1 they came into it thinking it would be kind of a walkover, like you said. They took they drafted the Weaver. They did things a little bit differently, and I think they just got a little too greedy. They underestimated Team Dog. Dog got the better of them game 1. Game 2, EG turned up the heat. Yes, they had first pick. That really helped, but that was really one-sided. That's how I was expecting game 1 to go, and game 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think EG will rinse and repeat. Easy game 3.
Easy game 3. Jeez.
I'm calling it here.
Well,
I think easy game 3.
I'm thinking about how they will draft because I think it comes down to draft. I think that EG will have a better draft, so I'll have to go with EG.
Okay.
But
all right.
hopefully
maybe
will
not
prove me
easy.
wrong.
Maybe not so handily.
No, I don't
but
think
still
it'll be.
easy.
I don't think it'll be 3 easy.
Okay. So, coming up, production.
We'll be back soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be right back here, guys. Game 3 will be starting pretty quickly, and we'll hop into it.